What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about the end. Yes, Treyarch keeps referring to Season 2 as the beginning of the end, and the question is, what is actually ending, since you would expect wording like that to be used for like a Season 6, presumably the last season of Black Ops Cold War, but it's being used for Season 2, and I think today the community actually figured out what the end is going to be in the next few weeks. So we're going to break that down, but also don't forget, Treyarch did confirm that more trailers and marketing are on the way for Season 2, so if I had to guess, I would say maybe on Monday we'll end up getting a standalone trailer for the Outbreak Zombies mode, and in that trailer we might get a glimpse of what the Outbreak Zombies challenges are going to be within Warzone, since people are still confused that Outbreak is a standalone mode for Black Ops Cold War, but there will be Outbreak challenges and gameplay featured in the free-to-play Warzone as well. But before we jump into the end, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and also show some love to Core Games for sponsoring today's video. Now, tonight's video is sponsored by Core Games. Core Games is an online PC gaming platform that allows anyone, let it be a games developer or just a gamer like you and me, to create games for absolutely free of charge. The interface is very easy to learn, and you don't need any coding or art skills to get started with it. Core is also powered by Epic's Unreal Engine, so everything looks as smooth as some of your favorite games. Yes, that includes Fortnite. And if you aren't interested in making your own games, then you can already play a ton of free games available on Core's platform through all of your favorite genres: simulation, shooters, and even more. Core has a wide variety of games already available to play because there are plenty of gamers like us making games on a daily basis. I've recently been playing a lot of Prop Hunt on Core, which, yes, as you guessed, is just like the mode in Call of Duty. So Prop Hunt, of course, has you disguise yourself as props and play a large game of hide and seek against several other players. This is obviously best to play with people that you know, and to me, Core is a real innovative service with endless possibilities for what games can exist. New games are literally published every single day for you to build, battle, and explore with all of your friends. You can also add me on Core at my username dkdynamite, and don't forget, Core is completely free to use, and if you're interested, you can download it with the link down below in the description. Now back to the video, I also wanted to ask you very quickly how you like the format of yesterday's video, which used Facecam. I've used Facecam every once in a while for certain videos, but I saw a few comments saying I should do Facecam videos more often, which I wouldn't mind doing, but hopefully you also enjoyed the entirety of that video. It was quite a long one, and I went through everything that was confirmed for Season 2, and it was organized in a pretty efficient way using timestamps. Hopefully you found that helpful, but that video is also linked down below in the description. Now earlier today, Treyarch dropped another teaser for the Outbreak Zombies mode, and it says Dark Aether Specimen Analyzer, and it looks like technology that we haven't seen on either D Machina or Firebase, but over the next few Zombies maps or experiences like Outbreak, Requiem is going to technologically advance themselves further to better understand Dark Aether. So we also have two post-it notes. The first one says, how does a severed head scream? And the answer is quite loudly, apparently, G. And we also got to see a severed head in the gameplay trailer for Season 2 yesterday, which probably means we're going to have an objective in Outbreak to scan a severed head for some type of data that'll help us out with the future of the storyline. And we also have another post-it note that says, if you want to get ahead, get a brain, also from G. So we presume G is Dr. Gray, who has played a large role in the storyline so far. I just love how Treyarch is solidifying the fact that Outbreak is going to further the story in ways that a normal Zombies map usually would, but Outbreak isn't a usual Zombies map. It's something bigger than that, which has me that much more excited. Now, Treyarch also confirmed that both Double XP and Double Battle Pass XP are live in Black Ops Cold War and Warzone right now. Take advantage while you guys can if you haven't hit Prestige Master level 200, or if you haven't finished Season 1 Battle Pass, you have a couple more days to get that done. Now, when it comes to the end, as you guys have seen in the trailers and the marketing and the roadmap, Treyarch is talking about the end quite a bit, and we're like, wait a second, Black Ops Cold War just started, what do you mean the end? That's something we would expect to hear during Season 6 or beyond that, but I think we figured out what exactly that means. As a reminder, March 10th, 2020 was the official release date of Warzone Verdansk, and guess what? On the roadmap, we have a Zombies Outbreak event in Warzone lasting from February 25th to March 11th. As clarity now, the Outbreak mode in Black Ops Cold War Zombies is permanent, not an LTM. However, there is a Zombies Outbreak event within Warzone that is temporary, and if I had to guess what exactly that is, I would say in regular Battle Royale or Plunder, there will be zombies roaming around that you can kill. There'll be trial machines that you can activate challenges at, and you can do that to complete the event, but it's a temporary event that essentially serves as a bit of a trial for what to expect in the actual Outbreak mode for Black Ops Cold War. or it encourages players to then purchase a full copy of Treyarch's game, Black Ops Cold War. So when it comes to the event though, it ends on March 11th, coincidentally one day after the 1-year anniversary of Warzone Verdansk, and in Call of Duty, you guys know, there are no coincidences, especially when it comes to Treyarch. So March 11th is also a Wednesday, which is a prime day for updates. Firebase also dropped on a Wednesday with Season 1 Reloaded. So what are the odds that a Zombies event ends a day after the 1-year anniversary? And in the actual trailer of Season 2 gameplay that we saw yesterday, you can see a few glimpses of things that are definitely intentional. We could see what looks like underground tunnels. We could see the monument near Bunker 10 being opened up. So I'm like, what is this leading to? Is it a Nuke event on March 11th? Is the Nuke being used because the Zombies took over Verdansk? Is it a transition to the next Warzone map that Treyarch's gonna drop at some point in March? I also want to question you guys, right? When does it make sense to drop the next Warzone map, right? Because a couple of things could happen here. A Nuke event could happen on March 11th that gives us a post-apocalyptic, nuked out Verdansk, so the map would play a lot differently. And then maybe a few weeks after that, with Season 2 Reloaded, we'll get the next Warzone map. Because I'm like, wait a second, Season 2 is dropping with quite a bit of content, and just 2 weeks after the start of Season 2, we're gonna have a supposed Nuke event or Zombies event within Verdansk, so it would feel like a bit too much to drop a new Warzone map just 2 weeks after the start of the season. I figured they would wait a little bit longer before dropping something on the same scale as the map Verdansk. I also want to clarify that Rebirth isn't going anywhere, so just like with Black Ops 4, Rebirth will always be that smaller map that sits alongside the main Battle Royale map of that game. So with that being said, there are a couple of ways this can go down, right? So on March 11th or at some point deeper into the season, we can get the Nuke event, which nukes out Verdansk, makes it a post-apocalyptic map that's still playable, but may not go away for some time. We could also see after March 11th, the Treyarch Warzone map get added in, which replaces Verdansk or could sit alongside it. And then the possibility that all of the above can happen, right? Maybe on March 11th, the Nuke event goes off and Verdansk gets turned into a post-apocalyptic map. You can play that for like 3 weeks, and then after that, the Treyarch Warzone map gets added in and replaces that map for a temporary amount of time until one day we get playlist rotations for the 2 big Warzone maps, while Rebirth will always be sitting right alongside both of them. So that's what I'm thinking right now for the future of Warzone. Let me know what you guys think, but I also want to refer you to a part of the blog post from yesterday. So in yesterday's video, I went through everything that was announced for the season, but I saved this paragraph for specifically today's video. Now, as it says, across Verdansk, there are a number of points of interest to either discover or more fully explore, all advancing Warzone's story while offering new places to scavenge and scrap for survival. Last sighted off the coast of Rebirth Island, recent intel suggests that the cargo tanker, how do I pronounce this? Let me get Google Translate. Vodianoi has gone missing at sea. Had to clarify that real quick. However, recent visuals have identified a vessel matching the description heading towards the port of Verdansk. Operators within the vicinity are recommended to exercise extreme caution as the ship is carrying unknown cargo and its crew are not able to be contacted. Meanwhile, within Verdansk, something major is beginning to rumble deep underground. Maybe a nuke? Although other reports on these new locales are still classified, we'd advise to explore these areas at your own risk. And what's on that cargo ship? Probably Ethereum, right? Dark Aether crystals. And what does that do to the environment? It does change the weather as confirmed in Dark Aether lore. And what do you know? We have a thunderstorm going off near the coast of Verdansk. So I'm like, wait a second, what is this leading to, right? We have somebody on that cargo ship bringing Dark Aether crystals, possibly Nova 6, to the map of Verdansk. It's going to cause a zombies outbreak. And then what makes sense after that? A nuke that is rumbling underground near Bunker 10 by the monuments that can then be set off to get rid of the zombies permanently from the Verdansk map, which may get overrun in the next 2 weeks. So there's a lot of really interesting storyline going on here. And as I also remind you guys, from the Season 2 intro cinematic, Stitch tells Naga to make it seem like the Nova 6 is important. So it's like, is dropping Nova 6 and Dark Aether crystals off at Verdansk a bit of a diversion to distract from Stitch's real goal? Who knows what that could be right now, but a lot is going on, and I love the unification of all of the modes, even though it's a bit confusing timeline-wise with how Verdansk is in 2020, Black Ops Cold War in the 80s. I think we all get the point, right, of what's going on with unifying the campaign universe, the multiplayer universe, and the zombies universe all in one. Now, you guys may have also seen that several quote-unquote leak accounts on Twitter have mentioned that March 11th is going to be huge, the nuke event's going to happen. Don't get your hopes up, still take it with a grain of salt, but what I will say is that it's a pretty interesting coincidence that this zombies outbreak event ends exactly about a day after the 1-year anniversary of Verdansk. That can't be for nothing. If anything, I would have expected this Outbreak Zombies event to last the entirety of Season 2 in Warzone. Don't forget, don't get my words twisted, Outbreak is permanent in Black Ops Cold War, but it's kind of suspicious that it's only a 2-week event for Warzone specifically. I wonder what that means and whether or not the Nuke event is exactly going to happen on March 11th. If not that, then something may still happen towards the end of that event. But I also want to end this video off by letting you guys know that Sledgehammer's next Call of Duty is still supposed to be integrated with Warzone, so I wonder, right, how's that going to affect Verdansk, Treyarch's new Warzone map, and Rebirth? I wonder if there'll always be a guaranteed 3 maps active at one point in Warzone, or will they always keep all Warzone maps active at one time? If I had to guess, I would say when Sledgehammer's next game drops, we'll still have Treyarch's new Warzone map, Rebirth, and then Sledgehammer's new Warzone map, but then Verdansk might be put on a shelf to collect some dust for a while, but you never know. With playlist rotations, they could bring anything out on the Warzone table. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the end? What does it mean? Is the Warzone Nuke event going to happen that involves zombies, the next Warzone map? What do you think is going to happen in the next couple of weeks? But as I'll remind you guys, I have a banger countdown stream on Wednesday, February 24th, preparing for the release date of Season 2 of Black Ops Cold War. Really hope you've enjoyed. This has been dkdynamite, and peace out, everyone.